Hey, let's bust one of the most expensive, exhausting myths I see mission-driven practitioners fall into. If I just create the perfect offer, people will come. It sounds romantic, even noble. Work hard, build it with love, post about it. People will feel the energy and sign up. But here's the hard truth. Perfection is not what sells offers. Validation does. And when you build in isolation, without involving your audience, you're not creating an amazing offer. You're actually making a bet, and it's a blind one. So today, I'm going to walk you through what changes when you stop building alone and start co-creating with your audience from day one. I learned this lesson the hard way. For years, I poured my heart and my energy and my resources into creating what I thought was the perfect offer, whether it was the perfect course or perfect workshop or masterclass. It was beautiful, it was deep, it was intentional, and all of them were genuinely powerful. My work was very good, but it was based entirely on my own experience. And not once did I ask the people that I wanted to serve if it was what they needed. I built the landing page, I hired someone to help with the visuals, I mapped out a curriculum that would change lives, and when it launched, crickets. I remember refreshing my inbox thinking, it's just taking people a little while to process. They'll come around, they must be busy. But after a few days, the silence got louder and my confidence, it took a hit. And I want to be real with you. It wasn't because I'm bad at what I do, because I'm not. It wasn't because I didn't care, because I do. My life's mission is to help people. It was because I built in isolation and skipped the most important step, talking to the people I wanted to serve. Let's break this down. When you build in isolation, here's what typically happens. You create based on your journey, which is valid, but it has limitations. You sink time and money into polishing something that has not been tested. You stress over how to market it without actually knowing who it's really for. You feel disappointed when it doesn't land, even when it's work that's coming from the heart. The truth is, your audience doesn't want something perfect. They want something relevant. And the only way to know what's relevant is to ask. What I'm introducing to you here is the shift from building in isolation to building in co-creation. Co-creation removes the guesswork. Your audience becomes not just part of the process, but central to the process. They become seen, heard, and invested in what you're building. And when you do this well, you never have to sell. Your offer doesn't feel like a pitch. You don't have to do any convincing. Instead, it feels like a solution they helped shape because it is a solution they helped shape. So here's what I've seen shift for clients who stop building alone. They validate their offers before building, which keeps them from wasting precious time, money, energy, and resources. They know exactly what language to use in their descriptions and their content. So there's no more brain fog or uncertainty when it comes to posting. You will know exactly what to write every single time. Their launches feel natural, not forced, not awkward, because they are natural and they are organic. People start saying yes faster because they already feel connected to the offer. You don't have to work harder. You don't have to have a perfect Instagram grid. You don't need an investor. You just have to stop creating alone. Put your audience at the very center of everything that you do from day one, and it will start solving all of your growth and sustainability problems. Let's do a quick realignment exercise. So grab a journal or open your notes app and reflect on this prompt. Where in my business am I building alone? And what's one way I could invite more connection into my process? If you're building in isolation, it's likely that your next offer has also been built in isolation. And I want to make a quick side note here. Collaboration with co-facilitators is not the same thing as what I'm talking about. So if you're collaborating with others to run workshops or events, but you're not connecting with the people you want at the event, we still consider that isolation for the purpose of this conversation and what I'm talking about when I say building in co-creation. So I want you to think about where you're building in isolation. Next, I want you to write down one way you can get closer to your people this week in your creation process. So ask a question to a current client, host a 10-minute feedback call, send a message to someone who'd be a dream client and ask what they need. For now, just start by making one part of your process more collaborative. This in itself will start to shift your energy around how you build. Connection is the shortcut. So if you've been stuck in your own head, feeling like your offers aren't landing, wondering why the people you want to help and you want to serve aren't responding the way you had hoped, or maybe you're having a hard time even finding them, you're not broken. You're probably just building in isolation. And this is the fix: co-creation, building in co-creation. And co-creation isn't about watering down your vision. It's about sharpening it so that your people recognize it, resonate with it, and run toward it. You don't need to convince people to want what you offer. You need to create what they already want. And the only way to do that is to ask. You don't need a more perfect offer. You need a more connected process. If you want to learn how to make the shift from building in isolation to building in co-creation, please reach out to me. I'm here to support you always. See you next time.